If you've ever received a parking ticket, you know how frustrating and costly it can be. But did you know that you might not actually need a parking ticket lawyer to fight it? Today we'll delve into the world of parking charge notices, explore the appeals process and discuss whether or not hiring a lawyer is necessary. But first, let's recap what a parking charge notice actually is. These private parking fines are issued by landowners and car park operators, often found near supermarkets, hospitals and other businesses. Instead of finding the notice on your windshield, it's becoming more common to receive it in the mail. The car park operator obtains your home address by using your car's registration plate captured on a camera. Now it's important to note that parking charge notices are not the same as council parking fines. Council fines, known as penalty charge notices, are issued for parking violations on council land, such as a high street. Private landowners have the legal right to serve a parking charge notice to motorists who fail to pay for parking. While these notices are not considered actual fines, they can still be taken to court and made enforceable by a judge. To win in court, the parking company must adhere to certain rules, such as displaying signs adequately, offering a reduced fine if you pay within 14 days, providing a 10-minute grace period after your time runs out, and not exceeding the legally allowed fine amount, which is now £50 or £70 depending on the location. So who is responsible for a parking ticket? Is it the driver or the vehicle owner? Well, the car park operator must request that the parking fine be paid by the person who was driving the vehicle. However, it can be challenging for them to determine the driver's identity. In some cases, they only have access to the registered vehicle owner's information. This means that if they don't know who was driving, they can still send a parking charge notice to the vehicle owner due to the Protection of Freedoms Act 2012. Only car park operators who are members of an accredited trade association can request the vehicle owner's address. If the car park company isn't a member, they can only obtain your address if you provide it to them, which they might well encourage if they've left a notice on your car's windshield. Now let's talk about the appeal process. Can you appeal a parking ticket? The answer is yes, you have the right to appeal a parking ticket within 28 days, the same amount of time given to make the payment. Your appeal, also known as a representation, must be made in writing. Some car park operators require a letter, while others accept written appeals via their website. When making your representation, it's important to state why you believe the parking charge notice should be cancelled, and you need to provide supporting evidence. But here's the big question. Do you need a parking ticket lawyer to lodge your appeal? The truth is, you don't necessarily need a parking ticket lawyer. The majority of people appeal their parking tickets on their own. However, seeking legal advice before deciding to appeal might be beneficial. A parking ticket lawyer can assess the likelihood of your appeal's success and inform you if paying the reduced fine within the first 14 days might be a better option for you. Now let's discuss some of the best excuses to appeal a parking ticket. If you broke down, if you were within the grace period, if you encountered a malfunctioning payment machine, or if you were involved in a medical emergency, these can be effective reasons for an appeal. Remember to support your excuses with an appropriate piece of evidence. But how long does a parking company have to respond to your appeal? Well, they must provide a response within 56 days of receiving your representation. If they fail to meet this deadline, then they'll have to accept your appeal and cancel your parking fine. If your appeal is rejected by the parking company, don't worry. You can escalate it to an independent service, which could be considered like a parking fine ombudsman. However, keep in mind that different car park operators are affiliated with different accredited trade associations, and the independent service you must use depends on the association. For example, if the car park operator is a member of the British Parking Association, you must escalate the appeal to Parking on Private Land Appeals, POPLA. On the other hand, if they are a member of the International Parking Community, the IPC, then the appeal must be escalated to the Independent Appeals Service, IAS. So do you need a parking ticket lawyer? To recap, you can lodge an initial appeal or escalate the appeal on your own by following the instructions provided. Seeking legal advice is a personal decision that depends on the strength of your case, but keep in mind that the cost of legal advice might exceed the parking fine itself. Remember, when it comes to parking ticket appeals, knowledge is power. Armed with the right information and evidence, you can navigate the process with confidence. Whether you choose to fight the parking ticket alone or seek legal advice, the choice is yours. If you're wanting to challenge a parking penalty, then a popular option is to consult a solicitor for help. There's many online solicitors that work out cheaper and easier than meeting in person. JustAnswer, for example, only costs £5 for a trial. One of my colleagues managed to save over £270 on a parking ticket by using their service. I've linked that offer in the description below, and if you use that, you'll also be supporting Money Nerd, so thank you.